Hello, Sim fans. Welcome back to the channel. Hey, for those of you that have ever spilled coffee, pop, water, or in my case, an Atkins chocolate shake on your keyboard, the important thing is don't panic. So I'm going to go through a few tips here. I just tested out my K70 keyboard I got just last Christmas in December. And as you can see in the thumb here of the video, I had chocolate Atkins shake all within my switches and all over my keyboard. So this is something that you can fix. Just don't panic. The biggest thing to do is make sure that you unplug the power source. Most cases, most keyboards these days are going to be USB. Unplug your keyboard right away from the USB port. Don't panic. As long as it hasn't shorted yet, you'll probably be fine in most cases, but do that right away. So let's go ahead and get started with what you do in this scenario. So as I mentioned, these are not a good combo, right? An Atkins milkshake with your expensive tactical keyboard, or any keyboard for that matter. Yeah, and I have a rule. I've got a new desk. I've got cup holders in it. I was in a hurry. I was in a scramble. I had just opened this to have for lunch. I sat it down to the left of my keyboard on my desk, which you aren't seeing right here. Of course, I moved to go do something and I hit it. And of course, it dumped right into it. I even don't want to, even though the lid's tight on this, I don't even want to do that. Anyway, it got into my keyboard. I was in shock at first. And then, of course, after I got over my shock, I went and pulled the USB cable out of the USB hub I have so the power would stop. Okay, Sim fans, so as you can see, after I spilled my chocolate shake all over my keyboard, I pulled the keys off. There is a key remover. It's a cheap little plastic tool. I'll show you here in a moment. But I tried to soak up the chocolate shake with the edge of several paper towels. That wasn't really working. And of course, I didn't want it to the keys to get all sticky and stick. And I'm just like, well, I could let it dry out, but then it's going to be all sticky. So what I did simply is I removed every single key. And it sounds like it may be a lot of work, but it really isn't. And as you can see here, I put the keys all in a plastic container and I washed those just using some Dawn dish soap and hot water, not even hot water, warm water. And then I took basically 10 bottles of distilled water after I had I didn't even pull each switch out. These switches I think are removable. I just took the keycaps off, tilted it to its side as you saw in that picture earlier. I got a slideshow going here. So there's the sink. Just tilted to the side and just ran the bottled water, the distilled water, it's important to use distilled water, over the keys until I saw it basically the water stopped being cloudy. Once that was done, I shook it out really good, probably for like a minute or two. And then I just let it sit on its side there for probably about 15 minutes. While that was sitting there, I was washing my keys. You can see I'm drying the keys out in my keyboard. So I basically put the keyboard on its side to continue to drain out, because believe me, you'll have water coming out of this thing for a period of time. So do make sure you shake it out really good. So I had it in front of a fan probably for at least 2-3 days. A friend of mine and coworker mentioned, hey, you might want to seal it up in a container with some rice. So I did that, use about a half a bag of rice. I don't know, it might have been 3 or 4 cups of rice, and let it sit in there for another day. And today I did the little drum roll. I put all the keycaps back on it, but being in front of the fan, some people say wait a week, but I decided to go ahead and try it, figuring as I had it in front of the fan for the entire time, put it in the container with the rice. I figured, well, I'd go ahead and try it. And I'm happy to report it does work. So as you can see, Sim fans, here it is. My volume works. You can hear it there. All the keys work. Even my modes work. The button here, I can switch my mode for the RGB. So all the RGB works. By the way, I have a Corsair K70 tactile keyboard. But as you can see, everything works. There is built-in memory to this. There's, I think, 8 megs of memory built into the keyboard. So happy to report it all works. The key thing is, again, to unplug the keyboard as soon as you have that spill. You should be all right, and wash it out with distilled water, let it dry. The key thing is let it dry out before you plug it in. That's key. And by the way, I should mention that most manufacturers of keyboards, if you wash it in water, some talk about throwing it in a dishwasher. If you wash your keyboard, it does void the warranty. So I should put a disclaimer there. It's no guarantee that this will work, but it's worth a try. So as you can see here, I'll put a link below. This is a keyboard tester, but I can just go through here with all my keys. We won't do all of them, but even the keys over here. So as you can see, they all work. Hopefully this is helpful. If it was, please do a thumbs up and like the video and subscribe if you will. And of course, until next time, blue skies, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Take care.